My name's Nick Tasker. I'm a software quality assurance engineer. A software quality assurance engineer is somebody who makes sure that the quality of the software that's being written is good and up to standard. So I work with software developers who write all the code to make sure that they can keep track of all of the issues that come up, find new issues, and make sure that they can solve the issues in a timely manner. The company that I work for is an autonomous vehicle company, and I've been there for 2.5 years now. If you've been to San Francisco or anywhere in the Bay Area, sometimes you'll see these self-driving cars driving around. I'm the person who looks at the data that they gather while they're out there driving around gathering test data. And I work with the software developers who write the code that makes the cars drive themselves and make sure that they know what issues are happening on road and that they know how to fix those issues that are coming up. I work on a pretty small team. There's about 3 of us in our little niche. We focus on what we call perception, so sort of the different sensors that the vehicle has and the information it's gathering about the world around it. Usually just the 3 of us will kind of put our heads together, split the work between us. We've been working together for a little while now, so we're in a pretty good rhythm of it. We're all pretty cool and competent, and so it's a good environment, you know, with the 3 of us, and we can split things up and get it done. When you're a person driving, you know, you don't see these, you know, false positive objects flying across the road or anything like that. You know, we just see what's going on around us. But if there's like a bug in the code, you know, sometimes maybe we'll see like, we'll think that there's a person when it's actually just a fire hydrant or something. And, you know, the vehicle will maybe stop because it thinks that this person might walk out into the middle of the road. One of them, there was a baguette on the side of the road, and there was a little detection of a pedestrian on it. We're all laughing, you know. I grew up in Santa Clarita, California. It's in like northern LA County, and I went to community college after I graduated high school. Was there for about 1.5 years, kind of working and raising money. And then I went to UC Santa Cruz to study astrophysics. I transferred there and did 2 years there. You know, I did a research project where I was doing some exoplanet research with one of the postdocs up there. When I finished school, I kind of realized I didn't want to go back to grad school for either 2 or 6 years for a master's or a PhD, since that's kind of what you need to do to get like a career in astrophysics. I just started looking for jobs. I knew some other people who had done astro and went into the autonomous vehicle industry. I got a referral for a job and just started working at an AV company right out of college. Worked there for 2 years, was a temp job. Got a job at my current place and moved to San Francisco, and I've been doing that for like 2.5 years now. There's some overlap with the, you know, physics and the autonomous vehicle stuff. I mean, one thing is that the vehicles, you know, have all these sensors, and you need to kind of have a basic understanding of how they work, you know, the radars and the lidars and the cameras. And a big part of, you know, my degree was just, you know, learning how to do all this problem solving and working collaboratively with people to get these problems figured out. You can translate that to any job, but especially, you know, tech, where it's a lot of these like kind of drilling down technical stuff. So a typical day on the job, you know, when I get to the office, it is one of those cool tech companies that has food, you know, on site. So I'll walk in, I'll have breakfast and coffee. I'll go to my desk and, you know, kind of see what we have for the day. We'll get some tasks from other people. So kind of take stock of what I have to take care of for the day. Oftentimes, a lot of those tasks will involve me, you know, looking at those data, using those in-house tools to kind of look at events where something has gone wrong, you know, there was some issue, and, you know, get to the bottom of what the problem is. And sometimes I'll have some meetings where I'm going over some of those things. You know, I'll get 8 to 10 cases to go over with them and say, hey, here's some issues we've seen on vehicle. What are some solutions you have to these problems? Do you have plans for them? Do you need to make plans for them, et cetera? Several hours, that kind of stuff. Lunch, same sort of thing. And that's mostly it. I'll do 2 days from home a week and 3 days from the office. I like the flexibility that it provides me, that I can kind of use my problem-solving kind of side of my brain that I kind of, you know, had back in school and stuff. I like the people I work with, and so yeah, I think it's a nice environment for me, for where I'm at. Outside of work, I'm a musician, so I like to I play a lot of instruments. I like to practice piano, guitar, bass, singing. I'll do some gigs. I sing jazz with some friends around the city. So like, bars, wineries, restaurants and stuff. We'll do some jazz gigs. I really like just doing as much music as I can outside of work.
Can you sing a couple bars for us?
I can sing a couple of bars. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Perfect!
Hopefully I can see myself doing music full time. If not, I'll probably be doing something similar to what I'm doing. Working in tech, gigging here and there, meeting new people, and just keeping it up, yeah. If you're going down a certain path and you think you would like to get into technology, I think that my biggest piece of advice would just be to, do your research, look into the kinds of jobs that are out there and the kinds of jobs that you're interested in and find that overlap of, where you can find somewhere you'd be happy and trust your gut, you find something that feels good to you, follow it and see where it leads.